Look, it's about to be 2025 and we got to get it together. We got to get it together, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got a word for y'all. 1 second. I'm just making some tea. It's kind of too hot, so I got to put some water in it to kind of like cool it down a bit. Sorry for looking a hot mess, y'all. I was cleaning up my house and the Lord just spoke to me and gave me a timely word for someone, and I got to get this word out. Listen, stop trying to fit in with people that you're not supposed to fit in with. When I was cleaning up, I was downstairs sweeping the floor and the Lord said, you're in a whole nother league. You're in a whole nother league. I'm like, God, that's a whole word. And he just started feeding me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he said, post. So this is for someone. Let me tell you something. When you are set apart, okay? When you are set apart, you're not supposed to beg to fit in anywhere. I understand it feels bad being left out. I understand rejection is not cool. Nobody likes rejection, right? But when you are in a whole nother league on your own, when you are unique, do you know what the meaning of unique is? Do you know what unique means? Do you know what being different means? Look up the meaning of unique and look up you know what? I'm going to post it in the comment section. I'm going to pin it. When you are unique, what does that mean? It means you are different. You are set apart. You're not like everything else. Okay? You're not like everything else. Stop trying to fit into places around people that you're not supposed to fit in. You are unique. You are set apart for a reason. Stop begging people to accept you, to love you, to be there for you. If they don't want to be there for you, if they don't want to love you, dust your feet off. If your family's coming to agreement and they're all coming into agreement to come up against you, dust your feet off and leave. If the friends that you have, the group of friends are leaving you out, they having group chats and conversations and you're left out, or if you're introducing friends to each other and they clicking up behind your back, remove yourself. You have to understand that people go where they don't feel uncomfortable. So they go where they feel comfortable, basically, right? And let me tell you something. When you are real, you have to understand that people who are fake are going to feel very uncomfortable around you because they know who they truly are. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to look for people that remind them of themselves, and they're going to click up with them. And they're going to leave you out because being around you makes them uncomfortable because you're calling out things that are within them. Okay? There's instant conviction when you're around them. So they have to go where they can wear the mask comfortably. They can't wear the mask comfortably around you because they know you're a real one. Especially when they know you're gifted and they know you're anointed. They know they can't fake anything around you. Oh, they're not going to be comfortable around you at all. In fact, they're going to hate you. They're going to dislike you. And they're going to try to avoid you. They're going to want to make you feel left out. They're only going to come around you when they need something. It's time to stop trying to be accepted where you're not even supposed to be. Because when God is separating the wheat from the tare, he is separating the fake from the real. He's pulling the real away from the fake. He's separating the fake from the real. You see what I'm saying? So when you are sitting here asking people to accept you or feeling bad because people are not accepting you and trying your hardest to people please, and trust me, it's a habit. Sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. You just want everyone to feel comfortable. You want to make everybody happy. You want to show people that you love them. You genuinely love them. You genuinely care about them. You have no problem with them. You want them to feel comfortable. And you don't even realize you're people pleasing. You don't even realize you're begging to be accepted where you're not even supposed to be. Because you're in a whole nother league on your own. You're in a whole nother league. A whole nother league. You are unique. You are one of one. You are set apart. Okay? And when people know you are set apart, I'm telling you, they're not going to feel comfortable around you. That's why the journey is so lonely sometimes. But you got God. But let me tell you something. Stop trying to beg or stop trying to make people accept you. To show them, oh, look at me. I love you. I'm a good person. You know, I'm a good friend. I'm a good support system. I'm a good lover. I'm a good family member. If they don't want to be around you, let them go. You don't need to be around them anyways. God is setting you apart for a reason. God is setting you apart for a reason. A real person cannot be around fake people. It's just that simple. Because you're calling them out without you even speaking. They're not going to feel comfortable around you. You see what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of real people out here who are honest, who are genuine, who have big hearts, who are God-fearing, who take accountability. There's not a lot of people out here like that. So you are one of one. You're one of a kind. That's why you are upright. That's why you are blessed. You are set apart. And when you are in a whole nother league, what does that mean? It means that the main thing you need to focus on is your calling, who God called you to be, what you need to work on, and how you're going to improve yourself every single day to be the best version of who God called you to be. That's the main thing you should be focused on. Not if this person likes you, if that person likes you, if that person likes you, if that person accepts you, who cares? You ever notice that when one person don't like you and they reject you and they talk bad about you, what do? What's the pattern? Look at the patterns. What do? And this is probably a pattern that has been happening your whole life. Just pay attention for a second. Okay? These friends that we're talking behind your back, what do you think they do? Don't they end up clicking up together away from you? Don't they end up, when you fall out with a friend, don't they end up finding the other friends that don't like you or the other people that don't like you and click up with them? What happens when you have a falling out with a family member and they all come into agreement? Don't they look for other family members who have the same problem with you and they click up with them? What happens when you have strangers who hate on you? Don't they look for other people to click up with them? Do you know how much people have a problem with me and they search high and low? They use the 24 hours of their day and they search up hate videos just so they can feel validated for disliking me, and they click up with people. You know why? Because you're set apart. When things like this happen to you, are in a league of your own. They're not on your level. And you have to understand that. So you got to stop trying to prove to people that you should be accepted, because let me tell you something. When you are in a league on your own, when you are set apart from God, you're not supposed to be clicked up with anyone. Period. The only person you should be clicked up with is your partner. When God brings you that husband or that wife, or if you're already married, and you're supposed to be clicked up with God. 100%. We already know that. Right? You have to remember something. Daniel did not go begging the men that hated on him because he was the only one that was able to interpret the dream and really help the king. Daniel did not cry and weep and beg those men to accept him in their clique. He went on his knees and he prayed to God. That's what he did. He went into his own little place and prayed to God. Daniel was in his own league. Joseph did not beg to be accepted by people. No matter how much people he met and he helped, and how much favor is on him, and how much people actually loved him because he had the favor of God on him. Every obstacle he went through, you notice he did not beg people to accept him. You notice that? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm noticing that, like, even David, like, I'm noticing, like, a lot of the prophets and a lot of the people I read about in the Bible, like, they did not beg people to accept them. They did not try to prove themselves to show people how good they are and they need to be loved and they're 100% real and you need to listen. No, because they're in a league on their own. All they need is God's approval. That's it. That's all they need is God's approval. That's it. Because one with God is majority. You know that, right? Yes. So let me tell you something. Focus. 2025 is around the corner. Focus on your calling. Focus on the will that God has for your life. Stay focused. Let these people click up and get distracted and do everything against God's will while you focus on God's will. Period. You're in a league. You're in a league on your own. You're on a whole nother level. Okay? Listen. You're in a whole nother league on your own. You're on a whole nother level. That's why they don't like you. Right? You're doing something right. Whoever needs to hear this, listen up. Love y'all. Bye.